be holding up a banner that says progress update.
It should be started now.
That or the...
It says excellent.
Yeah.
Let me check the live page. Yeah, looks like it's there. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it says we're live on my end too.
Now I just need to pull out the chat. Hello! I see a person in here. Okay, how do I pull out the chat?
It's Oreo.
I hate the dots so much.
Yeah, pop out chat right here.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, dots are always for more options nowadays.
Okay.
Let me get everything on.
And I gotta put this, like, I guess over here. Sort everything out. Woo! Wait, where did the chat go?
I love how we're mirroring
Why did it do
the trio.
That? No, stop it.
You choose either you want top chat or live chat. Live chat is basically all messages are visible.
Gosh, there's so many people here already.
There are?
Well, I mean, there's at least 4.
Yeah,
at least 4.
My OBS is like there. Oh, wait, there goes 7. It just jumped from 0 to 7.
Wow.
Yeah, YouTube is always like that. Delayed.
Oh, I should probably bring up the Google sheet, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
I gotta mute it just because I'm gonna be like very confused, but because it's such a delay.
Oh yeah.
But know that it is here, and that I can view it.
Excuse me, sorry, that is very inappropriate for streaming.
It just lets everyone know about the casual nature of the stream.
I guess,
such a casual nature.
Yeah, we got 7 minutes before we'll start the announcements stuff. Just let people get in here.
Everybody get in here. Tell your aunt, tell your uncle, tell your dog, tell your cat.
Does anybody want to post in the fan server that we're streaming now? Or maybe they don't have the permissions. Never mind. Let me go to the announcement section.
Actually, I think... oh, no, you're right.
Yeah, I don't even have the permissions, so...
We're streaming now.
Okay. I mean, it's not a big deal if a bunch of people show up in here or not, like, because even if they don't, this is going to remain on the channel, so anybody can look at it anytime. But if they're here, they can ask questions. Ooh.
Yes, we do have questions, a little Q&A if anybody is interested. Be sure to ask questions, and I will write them down. Let's say jot them down, but I'm going to write them down. And I'm going to write them down, and throughout the live stream, I will ask questions that you guys have asked, and I will address the people, or I will get the answers that you do seek from the correct people that aren't in this stream with us, sadly.
May they be remembered fondly.
Rest in pieces, guys.
Did I eat this morning? Yeah, I ate this morning.
I know, I'm, like, full.
I'm
Everybody make sure you have water and something to snack on.
I need soy sauce. Oh, wait, I have soy sauce.
Yeah.
Woo! Soy sauce!
You're gonna drink soy sauce?
No, I have some inari and...
Oh, I was all concerned. I was like, oh no.
I needed soy sauce for the inari.
Valid.
Move some stuff out of the way.
Whatever stuff I'm not sure where to put, I'm just gonna put on the counter.
I can't wait for Dr. Hibbs and assistant courtroom drama.
Oh no.
It's the episode where the doctor gets sued.
Yeah.
bum bum bum
Bum bum bum bum
bum bum bum bum bum.
bum bum.
Objection!
Objection. Hello. Wow. Started streaming 5 minutes ago.
I'm trying to, like, eat without people hearing me eating.
The true pain. The true pain.
If it's picked up by the mic, it's picked up by the mic.
Hang on. My mother is having a conversation downstairs.
Oh, no.
Hang on 1 second.
3 minutes before announcements.
Your announcement.
Oh boy.
There. Hopefully that's better. I just shut my door.
Oh yeah, am I coming through all right?
You're a tiny bit quiet, but that might just be my volume.
Oh. All right. Let me just bring the gain up a little bit. There.
Yes, the doctor turns into Phoenix White. White? Right.
So we're to announce our next crossover, guys.
And it's not who you think it is.
I'd say if you want to know like updates and ask questions and have them answered, then yeah, this will be worth watching. If not, it'll stay up and you can watch it when you're awake.
Yeah, this is mostly just for like answering questions and also giving you guys progress updates on episode 15 and giving you guys more of a idea of when episode 15 part 1 and maybe part 2 are fully out.
It's taken a little bit.
It's taken a little bit, but we are nearing the finish line, and we do want to give you guys proper updates on the project and such, and we'll also introduce who we are in a minute. But this would definitely be worthwhile. But also, this will it'll stay on the channel. It's going to be staying on the channel after a while. So it will be able to view. But if you do have questions, please do ask them either here or in the Discord server, which would be probably linked somewhere, or ask and we can send the link. One of us can send the link into the chat. If you need help into the Discord server, we do ask that if you are in the Discord server, that you are above 13 years old, 13 and over. And if you need, we also might be having some crew applications as well open, if anybody is interested in working in future episodes as well at some points. But I don't have a form of that right now, so definitely look into the Discord server, and you will see it there.
I'm sorry, I'm almost done eating.
Good night.
Don't worry, I can talk. I am a good talker.
I know eating sounds can be really horrible for some people.
I gotta go tell my mom something. Hold on. And mostly be quiet.
There, I'm done eating. You don't have to hear me eating anymore.
Disgusting.
Alright.
Also, I'm sorry for any time I drink out of this can. I drink out of cans weird, and it's very noisy. I apologize.
How do you drink out of cans, Weird, if you don't mind me asking? Just as a question.
I very barely open the lid a crack so that I can just suck it through the top of the can instead of drinking it with the full tab open.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
No,
I do not
so
like
here's my
I do not like drinking out of cans with the full thing open.
You know what, valid. I can't drink out of cans that I leave open. Like if I have a soda or something and I leave the pop out in a can, like if I leave it open and out, I can't drink it because I can't see into it.
Hmm.
So I don't know what it is or what's in there. Even if it's like a full can that I just took a couple sips out of, I will refuse to drink that. Because I can't see into it mostly.
Yeah. I just hold the can until I'm done with it.
Okay, it's pretty much past the 10-minute point, so we can start this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll start out with introductions. I am Jitterbug Jive, or Bald Dumbo Rat, or Pierce Smolder. It really depends on what role I am taking, which name I use. But yeah, I'm pretty much the head of the show. I'm the one who started it out, and I'm the voice actor for Derpy.
Heck yeah. I am. I guess it's me next.
Yep.
I am Goldwyn. Hello, everyone. I used to be known as. I used to go by Michaela Messer or Basic Res, but I've just decided just to keep it simple and stick with Goldwyn. Just makes it easy. I am the director of the series and almost make sure that everything is organized and everything kind of stays on track for the release date of the episodes. Yeah, that's mostly what I do. Oh, I have voiced in episode 14, but that's about it.
Yep.
All right, I guess it's me now.
Yep.
I'm impulsive. I do the same thing as Goldwyn, except I'm a production assistant, so I have to listen to her. I can't really point to a whole lot that I've contributed to so far, but I've been in the background for a long time.
Okay. Before we start with the announcements, I just want to give a shout out in Derpy's voice to the Discord subscribers.
All Horse No Plinkle, Patty Sparkle, Looney Agate, Dragon Wolf 24, and Zanaje.
Perfect.
Okay. And now you're next, Goldwyn, with the Q&A announcement.
Of course. So, if you did not hear earlier, I am Goldwyn again. Hello. I'll be collecting all the questions while this live is live. And as the live continues, I'll address them throughout the live, as well as the end for any like follow-up questions that haven't been asked or anything. If you want to make sure your question does get asked, like you can ask them in the chat, but definitely feel free to hop over to the Discord server and ask your questions in the little thread that we made, and that will be sure that I see it right then and there. As for if it's in the chat, there's a chance I can miss it. So if you really want your question answered and you worry that I haven't seen it yet, just put it in there instead of spamming the chat. But that's about. We do ask if you are in the Discord server that you are 13 and over, like I had said. Just more or less Discord rules of 13 and older, and also just comfortability with everyone in the server as well.
Why is my avatar freaking out?
But again, it's okay to ask questions in chat. I do also want to apologize as the director of this episode and future episodes coming of organization. I apologize for the delays in the length that it took us to get episode 15 ready. but I can assure you that it's worth the wait, as episode 15 will bring a lot of awaited references and moments, and definitely make it a big. It's probably, I can't say too much on it, but it's probably like my favorite episode that I have seen. Mind you, too, I only have seen like 2 other episodes other than this, so there's not much I can. There's not much I can really gauge it off of. But out of what I've seen, I really like this episode, and I think you all will too. And right now, we're right now at the finish, like the almost finishing little bits of episode 15, part 1. Hopefully that will be out or getting ready to be published. The latest we want to go for is April. I'm going to say this right now. April is the latest that we will be uploading episode 15 part 1, and hopefully episode 15 part 2 will follow soon after. The latest maybe a month or 2 after episode part 1, but that's more of a hopeful hope than part 1, because part 1 should be out by April. The reason that it shouldn't be much longer is because we've been working on episode 15 as if it was one big 2-hour episode. So each part is at least an hour long. So don't worry, there is definitely a lot of content coming your way in this series coming in 2024. So definitely keep an eye out in April for things to see.
Yeah.
And yes, definitely going to see Dr. Rickroll, TikTok, and Derpy, 100%. As I like to call it, they tick rolled or roll. Rick talked. Is that what I called it? I don't know. I called it something, but yes. Episode 15, like I said, will be coming out in April, ideally. Part 1, that is. Part 2 will follow shortly after. Currently, as we are in production of episode 15, all lines are in. All lines are edited together. We're adding some lines into one scene in part 2, though. Jitter has gotten those lines in.
Yep.
Earlier this afternoon there. So, hooray. Clap, clap. Huzzah!
Golf.
'Tis here! All sound effects for part 1 are done, and all music for part 1 is done. Part 1 just needs like the final voice edits and leveling, the video, and then it's done. I swear to you, it's done. Just those little bits, and it's done. And it's just got to go through a few other people, and then it's good to go. And then as soon as it's done, it'll be on your doorstep. Part 2. Thank you. Part 2 has started being worked on. The sound effects and the music are right now we're starting to work on the sound effects. And the music is done. Most of the music has been done for it, but it just needs to be, just a few more songs need to be composed, and most of the artwork is in, I believe. But part 2 shouldn't be long after part 1, essentially. So there shouldn't be much of a wait between part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, and something that's exciting about part 2 and part of like what makes this worth the wait is that a whole section in part 2, not like a huge section, but there is a scene that will be animated. And a lot of the animation is already done now, so we're pretty excited about that. Should be a really nice scene. Obviously, you don't have to see the animation to tell what's going on, because it is an audio series, and we're not gonna let anybody have to depend on visuals for it. But yeah, we also one reason things have really sped up is because we just got a new editor who's very passionate to a point where we have to hold him back from overworking himself. But because of that, yeah, we've been really picking up the pace recently, and it looks like the deadline is a lot more possible. So definitely excited about that.
Oh.
Yeah. Speaking of other things, we got 3 new musicians. One of them did some of the music in the Tinkering with Trust short, and the other 2, you're just gonna have to wait until episode 15 to hear what they've been cooking up. And boy, have they been cooking up. Cooking some fine tunes.
Yeah, we also recently added some more artists, and we're always looking for more artists. There's an artist application form that is accessible in the Discord fan server. We are working on 2 shorts at the moment. The final contest winner, Planet of the Devil Fruit, and a short written by someone on the team called Stained Glass. All the lines for Stained Glass are in. We're unsure right now how long it'll take to be finished. And Planet of the Devil Fruit is missing 1 voice actor, which is Brill for TikTok. But he's been having a very hard time getting ideal times to record lines, but he is getting weekly reminders. So it will happen. Just unsure when he'll be able to do that.
Yeah, and not only that, but we have a lot more shorts scripted and planned. In fact, we have 5 scripted shorts right now and 4 others that are in the scripting phase. And one of them might be a potential series. There's a pilot for a potential series that has to do with the history of some characters via journal entries. It's not Jot's journal. But along with that, we are currently making a special side story episode that's going to release at some point after episode 15. It'll be about a group of characters introduced in the second part, and a teaser is planned to release shortly after part 2 of episode 15 is released. You guys are gonna love it.
Oh. Next up is that.
Yep.
I will ask a question here. One of the questions that that were asked earlier, just to get that kind of cut in here. This is from the Discord server. From Kiwi Bird for Jitter. How many comics/projects have you done? All I know about are DWNA, Discord Hooves, and My Magic Grandpa. Are there more?
Yeah, I have a lot of projects. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I did in the past that you can't really find anymore because the websites they were on disappeared. But the stuff that I have active right now, besides those ones, I have Bedeviled Dottie, which is like a original story about like a world of magical rabbits. It's kind of like My Little Pony, but they're like all anthro rabbits, and they have like a kind of tiff with kitsune foxes, and the main character is in love with her professor, and a fox makes a deal with her to help her get with her professor. And there's obviously something nefarious going on. And then the newest one that's in that, or one that I'm working on right now that just started this year, is a continuation of a comic I've had since 2008, I think, called Once Upon a Calamity. And there was a dub of it posted on the Ponies with Pockets channel a while back, I think. And I've done 2 chapters before that, which it's basically corrupted fairy tales. So there's the first story is the Velveteen Rabbit, and the second story is the 3 Little Pigs, and the story I'm working on right now is Red Riding Hood, which is like a murder mystery type thing that talks about like mental health and stuff. And then I have And I would say like it's probably like rated for like ages 16 and up, just because there's like some gore and stuff in it, but it's not super like graphic or anything. And the last one is definitely for an older audience because there's a lot of swearing in it and stuff. So really only look for it if you're old enough to be looking at it. Is WTF, I'm a Magical Girl's Familiar, which is an isekai about a very foul-mouthed character who ends up as like a cute little familiar to a magical girl and is tasked with saving the world from like a very, very bad virus outbreak. And that's pretty much all I can think of for what's active right now. The Magical Girls Familiar one is going to be, it has a pilot right now, but it's not going to start updating until next year, because I want to get a queue on it and have things ahead of time so that I don't have to, like, worry about being late with stuff. But, yeah, that's pretty much all my projects right now, I think.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for Kiwi Bird for asking that question. I did not know, and I am now very interested in a lot of new projects to be looking out for. So hopefully you all are as well. I'll do another one here, and then we'll continue on with our little notes. This is from Elsenlock. Please, I see you in the chat here. Please let me know if I'm saying your name correct. Elsenlock, I believe. Mostly for the VAs, so I guess this will go hand in hand for Jitter, myself, and I did ask a few of the actual VAs in the server. So before we had this little get together, this stream started. So question for the VAs on the live stream: what has been the most challenging piece of dialogue / scene that you had to record so far in the series? And why?
For me, the hardest stuff is anything with higher pitch needed for Derpy nowadays, just because of my voice transition. I can't get too high. Like, if I try to scream, it's like, you know, it doesn't work. I can't scream. But in the past, it was definitely, like, the most emotional stuff was probably the most challenging. Maybe crying. I don't know. I'm pretty good at, like, crying on the spot.
Wow, don't need to, like, crush your ego at all. Jeez. Somebody's got it inflated. We got to humble Jitter somehow. we have to humble Jitter somehow.
But yeah, like, screaming is definitely hard because I get really self-conscious about being loud when I have pretty much lived in apartments all my life most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't so bad when I was in Illinois because I was in a house and everybody in the house knew that I was a voice actor and that I would be doing stuff like that, and I would tell them ahead of time. But now that I'm in an apartment and have been in one for a while, it's been difficult to be loud. So that's probably the biggest challenge for me at the moment is being loud and doing higher pitched things, which is why I have a voice double.
I was really shocked earlier when Jitter's snap peeped into Derpy when shouting at the Patreons. Yeah, it's scary. When you do it for like 10 years, Jitter is just a pro at the Derpy voice at this point. I can say as someone who voiced Mita in episode 14, if you haven't seen that, recommend it. Of course, it does have violent scenes, so please be warned. But when I did voice Mita in episode 14, for me it was the screaming too. And you'll notice, and from what you'll hear as well, screaming seems to be the big issue for voice actors in a lot of the sense. I know for me, when I was screaming the last lines that Mita says, I had to bring my gain all the way down. How to put it at the whole end of the closet that I was recording in, and this is when I was living with my father at the time, and he lived in the country in a house, and it was when I got laid off during COVID, so I had the house all to myself. So I just screamed in a closet for hours. Definitely wears out your throat, though. Definitely wears out your throat. So definitely bring some water or something of to nicely coat. Honey tea is really nice. Honey green tea is really nice. When I had asked the other voice actors in the server that question, I'll read exactly what I said. Lots of the VA's responses, such as Greyhoof, King Xanadu, Derpy's voice double, who you'll be hearing in episode 15, Boomer Dangs, Tony, the voice actor for Tony, which is voiced by Ace TGG in episode 13, all agreed screaming was the hardest part of voice acting, or making a or sound. So any scenes that go in hand with screaming.
Yeah, a lot of the non-dialogue emotive noises are very difficult because they feel like the stupidest thing on the planet to be making noises for, and like it's hard to feel not dumb when making them. But yeah,
I know I was asking Impulsive a question for something completely unrelated at one point for my own like personal thing, and how to make a kissing noise, but didn't want it to make it sound like too adult.
Or too
too
cartoony.
adult stream. Or too cartoony, because you don't want to go with the mwah! It's supposed to be like a heartfelt kiss. And I literally there was a straight on conversation I had with Impulsive and Z NZ, who you'll see in the server here, talk about how to do a kiss scene in a audio drama without making it sound too much one way or too much the other, just right, and make it feel heartful.
The answer is don't even bother.
You can't.
You can't.
Just stop. Just don't. Just leave it. We've tried. I've tried. No one recorded those lines.
Record was the death of Bread Guy. He meant so much to me as a person.
Rest in peace, Bread Guy. Rest in peace.
No one knows what we're talking about.
All right. Jitter, it is you next with the next point here.
Okay. Well, wait. Did you?
I can ask another question if you want me to ask another
I'm just wondering where we were last because the questions kind of really.
You want me to just delete all the other points that we already covered?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
we do have notes.
So basically, there's efforts being made for another project that we're hoping to get underway. But right now we can't do much beyond scripting until after episode 15 is out. The script is in the works, and most of the voice actors have been confirmed for it. It's one I'm sure people will really be happy about when it comes out, if it manages to come out. So just have that to look forward to, hopefully. Can't say much beyond that.
Is it my turn now?
Yep, Goldwyn.
Yes, it's your turn.
Gosh dang it. Gosh darn
You
it.
picked a lot of them.
Listen, this is the last one for a while, so you guys are going to be hearing my voice for a minute. Currently, season 2 is underway, and it's coming soon. However, episode 15, however, we're all, like, looking after episode 15, sorry. Oh, I was just grabbing a bunch of questions, so give me a second. After episode 15, our production team will be going on a hiatus for a little bit, which honestly probably won't be much of a change considering the pace of releases of episodes, but we won't talk about that. However, we will lean more into fun-like content, hopefully, during this hiatus and give you guys something to kind of chew on. And hopefully, once season 2 does come out, it will be coming out a lot more rapidly with how we're going to be doing season 2 and how we're going to hopefully be ahead of the game, essentially, is what I'm hoping and what my organization skills that I am desperately trying to obtain are hoping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next is me. Hold on, I'm pulling this up because the season 2 theme song has been updated a bit since it was last seen after a short that we put to preview it. And it also has an animation in the works, which is looking really great so far. And I am going to pull up that theme now and play it for you guys. So you guys get to hear the season 2 theme song now that it's been updated. Here it is.
Clapping! Woo!
Yippee!
Yippee!
Yeah, it's playing now.
Yes, I am a closet streamer. If it is playing now,
It's playing.
I cannot hear it. Oh, it is? Oh, my bad. I'll shut up.
Yep, and that's the season 2 intro theme. So, woo!
I unironically love it.
It's
It's
I
actually like
apologize for speaking a little bit in. Yeah, I apologize for speaking in the beginning. I could not hear it, so I was just quietly
sorry.
like,
It was only hearable by the stream.
Yeah, don't
All good,
worry.
all good.
You were mostly drowned out by the music anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. As long as you all got to enjoy it, because it is definitely a spectacular intro made by Roman, who is who you heard in Tinkering with Trust.
Yes, and I'm hoping that it matches the feel of the second season, because the second season is going to feel a little bit different than the first. Not to say that it's suddenly going to have like a nosedive into darkness or anything like that, but it's going to be a little more like whimsical and more space stuff, and yeah, there's going to be a couple dark episodes still, but I wouldn't say that it's I would say there's a lot more light episodes than there are dark episodes, because this isn't Discord host. So
I'm going to ask another question here from Patty Sparkle from the Discord server as well.
Mm-hmm.
For Jitter, Impulsive, and Goldwyn. That's me! Are there any big plans on any more crossovers? Not asking for spoilers, but is it possible, or should I not get my hopes up for one currently? And, oh, yeah, no worries.
Oh, sorry.
I have a follow-up one.
Okay, I was going to say that Impulsive could probably answer that one.
So, I'm known for something else here on YouTube that happened recently. I'm not going to name the name of it because I don't want to self-promote here. But maybe a couple ideas have been toyed with for maybe potential thing a long time in the future.
Yeah. So there's like consideration for potential crossover possibilities, but if they happen, it's going to be a long time from now.
Yeah.
And Patty also asked another question along with their first question. How I tried wording this into more of a grammar sense, so I apologize, but I'm just going to say it as it is. How the budget for series coming, or do you think fine with budget?
Our budget's doing okay. We haven't made
I found a
anything.
paperclip earlier. That helped.
Yeah, we haven't made anything since the last Q&A, but we have saved up quite a bit to be able to like afford any like emergency funds that might pop up. We also sometimes get like a little bit from YouTube on occasion. Not a whole lot, but it's enough to like give us a little bit to work with. So yeah, we're not like making a whole bunch of money or anything like the big YouTubers out there, but we're getting by.
And then I'm gonna do another one just to be fun here, just be a quirky little self. From Elsenlock for everyone. Has there ever been a time where you felt like the PG rating of the show has held you back / required you to rewrite scenes in the show?
I think there's only one time where I kind of did hesitate to do something and ended up not doing it because I was like, I don't think it fits the tone of the series for being kind of more or less PG. Like, yeah, we've had beheadings happen in the series, but in the Elementary is Magic episode, originally it was going to be a murder mystery instead of like a missing pony mystery. And, you know, it was going to be like the murder of a child. And I was like, you know what? Maybe not. But, yeah, but other than that, I don't think I've really had to hold anything else back because I pretty much plan ahead that these things are supposed to be for this specific rating.
But then episode 14 happened, and then...
I guess I'll go ahead and say this. I'm working on the script along with someone else who for a future episode in season 2, and maybe there might be a couple things. I don't know. We'll have to see how things play out. But it's going to be intense.
I mean, it's not really gonna go outside of what's already been in Doctor Who, though. So, I mean,
yeah,
that's kind of what we're at. Is we're not exactly PG, but we're more. We won't go beyond what Doctor Who would do. Maybe a little more Big Finish, but not quite as far as Big Finish goes. It's like kind of this nice little in between Big Finish and Doctor Who BBC show.
I want to comment on what Pyrus Inc. said. Dead children are too much for episode 12, but not episode 14.
Hey, you see, we didn't find the corpse, okay?
You see,
I mean, we did find the bones, but that's different.
You see, the difference is that next question.
There's a double standard in everything.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the thing is, the difference is the murder wasn't the focus of the episode. It was the reveal of the episode towards the end. Whereas the Elementary, it would have been like the focus of the episode from pretty much the start, and that would have been really dark.
It's all about presentation.
Presentation!
Presentation.
I think we can just continue on with what we have listed then. And then, yeah.
Now, speaking of season 2, episode 16, because we're not resetting the numbers, maybe as of right now, we're not resetting the numbers. Episode 16 has all of its line recorded, and we'll begin some preliminary editing stuff, just kind of tossing some things together in a blender and seeing how it sounds. Pretty soon, maybe this month, I guess it depends on how we feel, and we have artwork being made of the episode, and it is turning out great. And episode 17, for anyone that doesn't know, we're currently doing casting calls for 4 of the characters. Casting calls end on the 16th of February. So if you're interested in auditioning, please feel free. Links for the Google form are not in the description.
Yeah, they're in the
So
they will be added to the description after this.
okay, they will be added to the description after this.
All links will be added to the description after.
Yeah.
So anything that we're just gonna pretend like the links are there already for future viewers. But yeah, we're also accepting crew application. I mean, we are always accepting applications. So if anyone has skills they'd like to use on the team, feel free. We ask that you are at least 16 if you are applying, and that you're sure to keep any personal information to yourself, such as name or other identifying properties, if you're under the age of 18.
Yeah, and the application sheets, the easiest place to find application sheets would be in the Discord fan server.
Yeah.
Now it's my turn. So episodes 18 through 20 and episode 22 are all scripted. Episode 21 and 23 scripts are being worked on. And obviously, like, the episodes before 18, like 16 and 17, they're scripted. So we have a lot scripted so far, and there are 28 episodes in total for the entire series. So really, after episode 23, there's only like 5 more to script after that. So that's exciting.
Oh, my heart.
Yeah, and I'm also I gave this list on our Tumblr a little while back, but I will say it here as well for anybody that's not following our Tumblr. I will give the list of most of the episode titles for season 2. Anything that I say code name, that means that the name is a little too spoilery, so I just put a placeholder name instead. So, Episode 16, Mother Knows Best. Episode 17, Dissonant Lands. Episode 18, The Doctor Lies. Episode 19, Fire and Ice. Episode 20, Plunder of the Bilgedrats.
I'm going to take over from here. Episode 21 is codenamed Timber